sorry I'm a bit late. It was just one of those days. Let me just go live on Instagram. We're live. Thank you for joining me. Yes, I'm a little bit late today, because I did a call and I was a bit late on the call, and then I had to take dear Pinky out, my dog, for a quick run. Gary and Rachel and I went out to walk the dogs, and that's why I'm a bit late. But I'm here. And today I wanted to talk to you about really the kind of thing that keeps me going and why what keeps me going, what motivates me, motivates me to keep doing all of this every single day. Well, so it's going to be a little bit more personal today, because I get asked a lot, actually, how do you keep going? I get that asked a lot. How do you keep going with everything you face? What keeps you motivated? So I just wanted to share about what fuels me, what gets me out of bed every morning, what keeps me out of bed at night and eventually sends me and could just go to bed and sleep, and why I keep pushing forward. And even when it's very, very hard, even when this industry pushes right back at me constantly every day, and especially when those odds really are still stacked well against us, I still need to keep going. So I thought that's what I'd talk about today. I thought you'd be interested in finding out. No, many of you know, it's not, it won't be a revelation to many of you, but yeah, I just thought we'd give it a bit more of the personal touch. So let's do some shout outs. Kathy Yorkshire Lass has joined us on Instagram. Hello. Heather Swithenbanks here, top of the shop. Hi, everyone, she says. Pia's here. Hello. I just seen your video, Pia. I will go back and have a look later at Red. Lovely to see. Very lovely to see. Angela's here. Hi, all. Dawn's here. Hello, Phoenix friends and family. Jenny's here. Jill's here. Suzanne Scheid's here. Lydia's here. Hi, all. Still cold and not spring. We keep praying, Lydia, every single day. We keep praying. Undercover Carnivore says, hello, I'm in Wales enjoying the sunshine. It's been very nice today here too. Gail is here. Hello, bless you, she says. Teresa's here. Hello. Yep, Phoenix Warriors. Catherine's here. Hello, Charlie Brown's good to see you back. Anita's here. Morning, Braveheart. Thank you so much. Michelle Mallory is here. Howdy. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about. What keeps me going? Why do I do it? Well, I think it's obvious you have to be a little bit different, right? So let's just start with that, shall we? To do what I do and to say the things I say and to challenge the industry the way that I do, to question the science the way that I do, and to stand up for the horses in a world that often doesn't want to listen and often pretends they're standing up for the horses. In actual fact, it's more about them. You do have to be a little bit different. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable. I feel uncomfortable on a daily basis. I'm getting used to it. Well, I've been doing it for a very long time. It still peaks. It still sort of hits a bit. You still get that slight sinking feeling in your gut when you read something and you just think, God, we've got a long way to go still. I have to be okay with being called names because that happens a lot. I have to expect that I'm going to get resistance at all times and still keep walking in the other direction and not be waylaid off my track, off from my principles. I've got to the stage now that'll never happen. When I realized, and I think, and I've said this, haven't I used to do it the other way, a little bit the other way. And when I realized that that was the wrong thing to do and not the way to go, when I changed, I knew I would never go back. And I think that's the same for many of you. When you finally work it out, you never go back. Of course, you never go back because you've worked it out. And I've been going on about this for years, but it's only now really starting because of the Phoenix Group. It's really just starting to take, people are starting to wake up to it because of what you've all seen. I needed you to see what we see all the time for you to understand how bad it is and what we're saying. It's definitely not easy. I don't want this to be a woe is me or anything like that, because that's not why I'm saying this, but it's definitely not easy when you're the person who's saying, no, this isn't right again, this isn't right. Horses are suffering because of what humans are doing. And then also having to repeat yourself a lot, because I get stuff out in the rocket science lessons and in the videos and in the lives, and I say stuff, and then somebody else will come along and they haven't heard it before, or they have, but it didn't quite sink in. So you have to be prepared to repeat yourself kindly. We know horses are suffering because of what humans are doing, and I will not stand by and let that happen. I can't, because if I get shut down, just like those people who, like Strasser, like Jamie Jackson, like those people who were shut down, and others, even though we may not have agreed on everything, these were people who were trying very hard to tell the world the system is broken, very, very badly broken. But they got they got drowned out, didn't they? And what we're trying to do is get to the point where we can't get drowned out. So if I don't say it, who will? If Gary doesn't say it, who will? If our pros don't go out and teach all these owners, who will? I think that's big part of our armory, is that we now have what we have and what we're building. Sometimes I will joke, because it feels a little bit like I'm on a mission, like I'm on a campaign trail. It's what it feels like. I honestly can tell you from the bottom of my heart, I had no idea that this is how this would turn out. I didn't, not really. It's going better than I imagined sometimes, and sometimes it's not going as fast as it should, is how it feels. But it's moving, and it is moving along. It isn't a job. It's not a job, is it? I mean, I'm in my office all day long, every day, practically, or I'm out helping owners, doing horses, doing workshops, training camps, traveling the world now. It is a calling. It is a purpose. My God, if I honestly didn't believe in what I was saying, and I didn't have the proof, I couldn't do this. Plus, apart from the fact that I couldn't do it, you would have found me out by now, because I'm not very good at pretending. So you would have found me out. You'd have found the holes by now, but you haven't. Nobody has, because there aren't any, because what we're saying is 100% true, and that's what you're finding. But now not only have I got this purpose to help horses and to stop the suffering, I also now have a responsibility, because of knowing what I know. I can't just step back now. I can't just walk away from it now, because now I know. Now I've got to continue doing the fight, the good fight. And I know that I do take that very, very seriously indeed. I know that if I don't keep sticking my head above the parapet and keep getting knocked down and pot shots taken at me, I know that maybe this whole campaign and this mission will dampen down. Even Gary himself will say that he feels that he couldn't keep that going at this level. He would give it a good go, but it's hard, and it's painful a lot of the time, because the pushback is very, very real, but then so is the support. So it's not really a balancing act, because the pushback tends to be massive, but then suddenly the support will come rolling in, and that is truly what keeps the fire going. The pushback from the traditional side of the industry is absolutely relentless, because they are holding very tight to what's comfortable, what they were taught, what makes money, and what completely avoids accountability. Meanwhile, I'm here saying, look again, the industry got it wrong. We have to do better. We've got to do better by these horses. And that's not a message, really, is it, that's going to win any popularity contest? I mean, it really isn't. But I'm lucky, because I'm not doing this alone. I've got Gary, who stands with me day after day through all of it. My friends, Gary's wife, Rachel, my family, my friends. Those are the people these are the people who see the behind the scenes moments, the exhaustion, the emotion, the tears, the frustration. And then they are there to still lift me up and push me along and keep me going. It's like I'm a Duracell, like the Duracell bunny. You wind me up and off I go, and then gradually the battery starts to go down, and then they're there to wind me back up again and recharge me. And then, of course, there's you. There's you. There's this community, the owners, the students, the pros, who are now brave enough to start looking differently and who are trained with us, who are going out there and making a massive difference in the world. All of you remind me that we're building something bigger than any one of us. And that keeps me going. I'm not an ego on legs doing it for my own benefit. My God, it would have been so much easier if I did. If I'd have been just a one-man band shouting this out to the rooftops, that would have been so much easier. But I'm not. I'm a person who's having to maintain, keep the students and the pros going, being support for them, constantly teaching, keeping you guys going, and also, trying to be a mum as well. Not very good at that. I sometimes fail at that, but all of those things I'm trying to do. But it's not about the fact that I have a big ego because I'm just this one-man band, just trying to get more social proof. What I'm doing is, it's a campaign. I just happen to be the spokesperson for that campaign. And that's what I am. And I have a great big army behind me. The school, the movement, the mission. I think one of the things that I'm so proud of right now is that our school has over 70 plus HMB pros and students in over 15 countries. And that's just not numbers. That's a movement. And that we've done that in less than 3 years. That's people who want to learn how to do this right. That's people who have come to us, me, Gary, you, the Phoenix Group, because they were having problems with their horses. People that have been following us for years, before the Phoenix Group even began. These are people who have learned to read the hoof, how to listen to the horse, how to truly support horses back to health without any gimmicks, shortcuts, trying to create and form a foot that looks right when it absolutely is not ready to be right. And they're doing it all with compassion, and definitely not any cruelty, all with compassion and welfare at the top of their mind. And that's, I think, one of my absolute favorite parts of doing this. And this came from me putting on workshops. I love that. I think I come alive, that that Duracell bunny, I drain down, and then I go to a workshop and that boosts me again. I've only ever done 2 workshops back to back from one weekend to the next. I've never done more than that. And when we went down under New Zealand, we did 4 back to back, one workshop after the other. And I genuinely didn't think I would be able to do it, but I was game. I thought I'd be utterly exhausted, which I was at the end of it, but I didn't feel that exhaustion till afterwards, which is why I sort of was I think that's why I suffer from jet lag so badly when I got back. But every single time I get to a workshop, I meet so many of you in person, and I love watching all those light bulb moments when everything starts to fall into place, when everything starts to click, and you realize with a good tuition on how to trim, etc., that you can do this. Oh, I can do this. I can help my horse myself. I'm not helpless anymore. I don't have to rely on other people anymore to get it wrong. I can do it now. I can do this myself. Those are the moments that give me goosebumps every single time. Those are the moments that make me feel so proud and so excited, because I know we've got a long way to go. And if I put my mind where we've got to go, and I think, God, it probably is impossible that we can change the world that much. But I try not to think about that. And I try to think of the smaller things, that this snowball is gathering size. And I try to think of the wins that we've got now, and the horses we've saved now, and the horses we're getting better now, and the more people who are coming on board. That's got to be our focus. That really has got to be our focus. Okay, let's just do some more shout outs. Laurie's here on Instagram. Safdar Raza's here. Billy Bulucky, Snoopy Star, Krista Ella. Kathy says, oops, 2% battery. I'm out walking. Oh, well, you can always watch it on catch up, can't you? That's all right. Where are we? Where did I get to? Camilla's here. Hey, Tara's here. Hey, lovely. Monica's here. Good to see you. Dawn says, you are different, Lindsay, and that's why we all love you. Don't ever change, my lovely. I accept that. I accept it. I accept that I'm different. Good morning from Australia to my lovely friend Vicky. Jackie Berry's here. Evening, everyone. Jenny's here. Hello from Derbyshire. Jenny Ackerstrom's here. What you do demands courage. It's not easy. People are not nice. Thanks for doing it. Thank you very much. And I think this is human nature, you know, when people say things to you and they say, oh my God, thank you so much for what you're doing. And you go, you kind of bat it back, don't you? And you say, oh, it's nothing. Or you're almost demeaning what you're saying. And somebody told me not that long ago, really, a while ago, when I was going through quite a difficult time over a year ago, when I was deeply in the middle of building the school, and I was suffering quite a bit because it was just trying to keep all these plates spinning, and I was deep into creating lessons, and it was really a tough time that I didn't think I was going to get through. Actually, at the time, I thought I was invincible, by the way, and probably most people do. And maybe they don't. Maybe that's a bit of ego. I don't know. But I thought I was invincible. I thought I could do anything until I started trying to build the school. And a year in, it nearly killed me. And somebody said to me, you know, you really have to, when people say nice things to you, accept it. Don't push it away. Don't go, oh, well, no, because we do it all the time, don't we? It's human nature, because it feels a little bit conceited, perhaps, to go, oh, thank you very much. That's very nice. But you don't have to be conceited. You just have to say, thank you. That's lovely. And it is lovely. And it fills up my little pot. And every time it fills up my little pot, I just keep pushing along. I couldn't do it if I was doing this on my own. I would have failed a long time ago, and I was well aware. That's why when I started Hoofing Marvelous, I think from the very beginning I had this in my mind that I wanted to build something, because when I started Hoofing Marvelous, I deliberately didn't start it under my name. I didn't want it to be Lindsay Setchell's Hoof Care Business, or I didn't want that to be, or Lindsay Setchell's School, or the Lindsay Setchell Way. I didn't want my name in there. I know my name has become known, but I didn't want it to be. One day when I've given all this up, which I probably never will, but you know what I'm saying. One day when I'm old enough that I just think, no, I step back. Hoofing Marvelous and the HM International School of Horse and Hoof Care and the Phoenix Way Path to Hoof Health will keep going without my name. It doesn't need my name. It just needs to be an entity. And that's really important to me. Michelle says, no, you are not alone. It's a fight with pushback. We stand with you. Thank you. Kay sends loads of hearts. Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. Lindsay, you're amazing. Thank you. Tara, whoop. Ali says, hello. Good morning. Lots of hearts. Good morning also, Stella. Good morning. Early morning. Have you been asleep yet? Catherine says hi from Canada. Angie's here. Sarah Lou's here. Susie Pemberton's here. Becky says, we can change the world together. We will. We've been on this, haven't we, Becky? We've been on this fight a long time together. We're not giving up. We're not giving up now. Alex says, hello, Lindsay. Lovely to see you from New Zealand. Sandra says, hello from the extreme hot Costa Rica. Just finished the 15-day challenge, and I'll try to go on and do the 10-day. That's so wonderful. That's exciting. That excites me, that we are reaching so far across the world. That really excites me, because horses are everywhere, right? And we've got to help horses that are everywhere. Okay. The other things that keep me going, of course, are the recoveries, you lot, the owners, the real reason. If you ask me, I would say to you, and Bethan says this to me, Gary says this to me. It's very easy, isn't it, for us to think of the negative things instead of going, how many horses did we sort out this week? How many owners did we do consultations with? How many owners did we put on the right track? How many owners are we working really hard behind the scenes that you don't see on messengers, on WhatsApp, all of these people that constantly are contacting us on the HM public messenger, emails, people coming in with problems all the time that we are firefighting and managing, triaging really, and sorting out. Those are the things. You see me here coming and doing a live, and later we got double live, and Gary as well. But what you don't see is all the stuff that's going on in the background too. And there is a ton of it, a ton of it. And all those, please keep putting up your before and afters. Please do those. They blow me away. I love to see it. When people constantly say we shouldn't teach owners, we shouldn't be showing them what to do. This is the only way that we will change this equine world. It is the only way. And of course, not all owners are going to get it right without the correct support. They're not. But that's not the reason why we should stop. I read somewhere the other day where somebody said, oh, you know, they shouldn't be teaching people because owners might get it wrong. Well, they might, but I tell you what, they're going to do an awful lot of a better job than what's going on out there right now. They can't make it worse, frankly. They can't. And if we don't keep pushing forward and learning ways of helping people in far off lands that aren't next door to me and us, then we will not ever change it. Gary always says it's a numbers game. It is a numbers game. And the more numbers that come in, the harder we work, the better it will be. We have to think of all those horses that were written off, are trying to be written off right now, where there are vets all over the world right now telling owners that their horses need to be put to sleep, unnecessarily so. Horses that have been stuck in stables for months on end because they believe in a disease causing P3 to rotate, and they won't let the horse out, and they don't understand how to go back to the natural foot to stop that rotation. So all these horses that are there right now, it tears my heart out, and I have to keep going because of that. I cannot let that continue. Because if I let that go, if I stop and I, you know, tomorrow I decide that's it, what about all the ones that I could have helped that will end up falling by the way and suffering and being put to sleep? Because, and I know we're not going to stop it happening to all of them, but by God, we will just keep trying. Those horses that were written off that are now living freely, comfortably, happily, because their owner, you, decided to do something a little bit different. That was you that did that. I was there, Gary was there, we were there helping you, push you along, but you've all helped each other. Sometimes I don't get into the Phoenix group from one day to the next because I'm so busy. I cursorily look at it, but you're all in there helping each other, supporting each other. It's fantastic. You're the ones that don't give up. And as long as you don't give up, I won't give up. We have all stood in the storm. We are still standing in the storm. It's a massive storm. We are facing judgment. We are facing doubt. We are facing ridicule. But we keep going anyway. You're the real revolution. You're the reason I keep showing up, because you are proof. You are proof that when we empower owners, everything then has to change. Everything has to change. Carly's with us. Hello, my darling. Chaveneland, don't know how to say that, is with us. Elevage de la Dalle is here. It's so good to see you all. Thank you so much for being here with me every day. Nellie's here. Hello, Nellie. Uta's here. Hi, never give up. I won't. Hopeful of rock crunching hooves is what keeps me going. Hello from California. You'll get there. Believe me, you'll get there. I've seen it many, many times. Sandra's here. Hello from Czech. Jeanette says, hi, everyone. Bit late. We'll have to watch on replay. My post is ready. Hope to get it up tonight. I look forward to that. That, again, fills my cup. It fills my cup. Don't give up the fight, says Sandra. We all support you. Thank you so much. I need you by my side. Everyone, every case study needs to be in a downloadable PDF library so it can be shared easily with vets, etc. I completely agree. Would anybody like to take that on? Would anybody like to go through the Phoenix group and start bringing all these case studies together? We have our own, of course, but yeah. And Chopra is here from Ontario. Lovely to see you. Camilla says it could hugely help owners to show proof that this trim works. Absolutely. We've got your back, Lindsay. Thank you so much. Anne says one saved horse at a time. Totally. Lisa's here. Hola, of course, one of our lovely pros who's out there day after day at the rock face, helping all of these poor souls that have been subjected to incorrect hoof care. And she's doing an incredible job, as many of the others are too. So I'm going to cut this a bit shorter because we're coming on live again at 9 o'clock my time, which is only 50 minutes. So today's takeaway, and I think the mini challenge is I have a message for you today. When things are getting hard, when the pushback really gets loud, when you really start feeling alone, remember what you've joined and what you're helping me do. You're helping me do that. Remember your horse. Remember the day you knew that there had to be a better way, that your horse was not doomed to be like this for the rest of its life. And remember, you're not alone. That's what the Phoenix Way is all about. You're not alone. We are building this together. We are together. We're building it together. So take a moment for you. I did it today. I wrote down things that I felt what were keeping me going. Why don't you write down your why? Why are you here? What keeps you going when it's hard? Drop it in the comments or write it somewhere. Only you will see. Let it ground you. Let it ground you. Let it ground me. It does, and it will. Just like we let that toe pillar come down to the ground. That's what we want. We want everyone to be grounded. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following me. Thank you for sharing, liking, subscribing, all of those things. This is day 87. We've done 87 of these. I can't believe it myself, actually. 87. And we've got to go to 365. I don't have to, but I will, because you keep showing up, I'll keep showing up. Thank you for not choosing the easy path. Thank you for choosing the harder path, but it is the kinder path. And what we're doing really matters, and it's working. The world may not see it completely yet, but you do, I do, we do, and the horses most definitely do. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you for staying with me. Take care. Bye-bye. Oh, no, I'll see you in 50 minutes. Bye. Take care.